Hello, all my beautiful flowers, and welcome back to my channel. Flower Fairy here. And in today's pick a card reading, we're going to be looking at where will you move to next. And to do this reading, I've laid out 3 piles of cards here. Pile number 1, you're going to be this clear quartz pyramid here. Pile 2, you're going to be this black onyx pyramid here. And pile number 3, you're going to be this green Aventurine pyramid. So take a minute and focus on the piles and decide which one you're most drawn to. You can then scroll down to the description box below where I have timestamps listed for each pile. You can then click on your timestamp and you'll be directly forwarded to your reading. So let's get started. Hi, pile number 1. So you guys chose the clear quartz pyramid. And I'm going to start by looking at your oracle here. So you received the mountain card. Beautiful. So I'm getting the idea here, pile 1, that some of you may be moving next to some sort of mountainous area, or maybe actually living on a mountain. But I'm seeing this place having mountains, and I feel like it's a very beautiful place, a very scenic place. And I feel like these mountains are just majestic, very large, beautiful mountains. And it's interesting because we have this person on this card here in this hole almost on this mountain. So some of you actually may be living in a house that's actually on a mountain. But I'm seeing it being high up and sort of majestic, beautiful. So really interesting card, pile 1. So you also received this card here, number 38, with Heal the Ouch. Interesting. So I'm getting the energy from this card here that this place that you're going to be moving to is very healing. It's very soothing. And I feel like it's going to have this serenity about it, this peacefulness. I feel like there may be a lot of animals around because we have animals here on the card. It looks like a coyote and a badger, maybe. But I feel like there's going to be a lot of wildlife around. I feel like it's going to be very scenic, very beautiful. And it may even have like a lot of trees and almost like a forest type environment. But whatever it is, I feel like it's very soothing, very healing for you. And it's going to sort of heal the ouch, so to speak. It's going to heal you. It's going to feel very good to be there in that environment. So really beautiful, pile 1. So you also have the Crossroads card here. And it says, this way, street, that way, avenue. So I'm getting the idea from this card that a few of you might actually move to like a city, because I'm getting this city scene here with these tall buildings and lights and the idea of like a city type environment. So for a few of you, you may actually move to an urban area or a city. I'm seeing that here for some of you. And, you know, I'm also getting the idea from this card with the crossroads being here that you may be sort of at a crossroads right now about where you want to move. You know, do you want to go to a mountainous, you know, type scenic area, or do you want to live in a city? You know, do you want to move to a city? So you're kind of at a crossroads, I feel like, for a few of you, trying to decide where you want to actually live and where you want to move to. So, really interesting energy here. So, you also have number 27 with Full Moon Temple, and it says celebration, peak, transcendent moment. And that's interesting because we have this mountain here, and this card is talking about a peak. So again, for some of you, I feel like you're going to be moving to a mountain or a mountainous area. But we also have celebration here, and that makes me think of like a city where, you know, things are bustling and moving, and, you know, there's a lot of celebration and partying, and, you know, so for a few of you, I feel like it's a city that you're moving to. So it's going to differ here for everybody. But, you know, we also have transcendent moment. And that makes me think of, again, like a mountainous, serene area, somewhere that is very high up and is sort of transcendent in nature and very spiritual, very serene, very calming. So, like I said, you know, I feel like for the majority of you, you might be moving to like a mountainous area, but a few of you may be moving to like a city. So very interesting. And I just want to mention, so for the mountainous areas, you know, it could be a place like Colorado, Utah, even Arizona, California. And then for the city areas, you know, it could be Chicago, LA, DC, New York. You know, it's going to differ for everybody, but those are just some examples here that I'm seeing. So you also have number 24 with a blessing to find your way. Beautiful energy. So yeah, again, on this card, I'm getting this image of like this lush forest here with a lot of trees and greenery, and just it being a very serene, calming place. So, you know, for some of you, I feel like this is a mountainous area with like forests nearby. And again, it's going to be very healing, very calming, very peaceful. So beautiful. Just going to move these cards over here. So you also have the Land of Dreams card, number 19. And that's interesting because, again, I get this energy of peace and healing and serenity from this card. We see this woman and she's lying on this bed here and she's just resting and dreaming. So I feel like this place is going to be a place of calmness and stillness and beauty, you know, very majestic and beautiful. And again, we have, you know, trees here. So I feel like it's going to be very lush with greenery and forest like, and just a very almost dreamy place is kind of the energy I get from this card. So really interesting, pile one. So let's take a look at your tarot now to see if we can get more info here. So you have number 13, the Death card. And as you know, the Death card represents change and transformation. So I definitely see this move being a change for you here and being a transformative time for you, you know, a time when everything is sort of changing in your life due to this move. And I feel like you're really going to be transforming yourself into this free, almost butterfly here that's capable of flying. You're going to be spreading your wings and really exploring a new area and just sort of transforming your whole life, your whole existence here with this move. So I see it being really positive for you, pile one. So you also have the Tower, number 16. And the Tower is all about sudden upheavals or changes. So for some of you here, I'm getting the message that this move may be a sudden move. It may be something that just sort of comes out of nowhere. And, you decide all of a sudden, you need to move. Maybe your job forces you to move, or maybe something happens in your life and, you just need to move for whatever reason. And so I feel like for some of you, this move might be like a surprise or very sudden. But, for others of you, I feel like it's something that you've sort of been thinking about, been planning for. But for the majority, I feel like it's going to be very sudden and sort of unexpected here. So very interesting. So you also have the Seven of Swords card here. And that's interesting because, again, on the back of this card, we have mountains here. So for some of you, I definitely feel like this place is going to have mountains that you're moving to. But I get the energy from this card that, the Seven of Swords can be about defending ourselves and sort of feeling in this, tight place where we need to protect ourselves, need to defend ourselves. And I feel like you're sort of leaving that energy and you're going to this place where you feel free, you feel calm, you feel at peace. There's no anxiety, there's no worries. It's just very peaceful and serene. So I really see it being just this really positive move for you guys here to sort of get out of this Seven of Swords energy, which is a very protective and defensive energy. So really beautiful. So finally, you have the Page of Wands here. Beautiful. Yeah, the Page of Wands is all about exploring and trying new things and going after your dreams. And, it's interesting because we have these cactuses here on this card. So for some of you, I feel like this mountainous area could be like near a desert. Maybe it's Arizona, maybe it's Utah, somewhere where there's desert desert greenery, things of that sort. But I definitely get the idea of mountains here again, from this card. So really, really beautiful, pile one. So I'm just going to get a few charms here for you to wrap up your reading here. Okay, so you have the butterfly here. And butterflies represent transformation and change. So I definitely see this move being a change for you here and causing a lot of transformation in your life. And you sort of spreading your wings and exploring and, expressing your freedom is really coming through here. You also have this horse charm here. Beautiful. Yeah, and that again reminds me of like freedom and, going after what you want, really, really spreading your wings. And, it also makes me think of animal life, so maybe this place that you're going to is going to have horses or, like we saw before, a lot of animals in the area. You also have the peace sign here. And that makes a lot of sense because, I see this place being very peaceful, very serene, very calming, and very beautiful. So lovely energy. And then finally you have the heart here. So I feel like you guys are going to love this place. I feel like you're going to feel just really good here. And I feel like there's going to be a lot of love surrounding you. Maybe this is love from family, love from friends, love from a partner. But I feel like there's just going to be this feeling of loving this new place that you're moving to here. So really beautiful, pile one. So I feel like that's all I have for you guys today, pile one. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help my channel grow. And it's a great way for us to exchange some positive energy here today. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile two. So you guys chose the black onyx here. And let's start by looking at your oracle here. So you received the Queen card. Wow. Interesting energy. So I'm getting the idea from this card here, pile two, that the next place you move to may be a very sunny place or sunny climate, because we have this beautiful sun here in the center of this card. So I feel like this is a very warm place. Maybe it's Florida, maybe it's California, maybe it's Arizona, but somewhere that gets a lot of sunlight, a lot of heat. And I feel like it's a very happy place, a place where people are in a good mood, where people are outside enjoying themselves. And I feel like there's a lot of beauty in this place because we have this beautiful jewel here and we have this beautiful flower. So I feel like that the environment and the setting of this place is just beautiful, very scenic and very pretty. So really interesting energy, pile one, pile two. So you also have number 21 with Field of Dreams. Beautiful energy. So yeah, I feel like this place is, for some of you, going to be a dream come true. It's going to be something that you've been dreaming about moving to for a long time. A place that really makes you happy, a place that you're like, wow, I've always wanted to live here, and now I'm getting to live here and I'm so excited, It's going to just be this dream come true for you. And I feel like there's so many new opportunities here for you because, we have these fairies sitting on top of these eggs here. And, eggs represent new life, new opportunities. So I feel like there's going to be so much opportunity for you in this new place. And I also feel like, for some of you, it's near like a lot of greenery, a lot of fields or forests, or, there's just going to be a lot of beauty in the environment, and you're really going to love being in this place. So really beautiful. You also have this card here. It says letting go. Interesting. So I'm getting the message from this card here, and this is just going to resonate for a few of you, but you may be letting go of the place that you're at now, which looks to me like maybe for some of you like a city area, or, you know, like a suburban type of place. And I feel like you're going to be letting go of that to go to this sunny place, you know, where there's fields and there's, um, you know, beauty in the environment. It's not going to be this urban or suburban type setting. It's going to be just vast and beautiful and, um, you know, very full of wildlife and full of vegetation and things like that. So really interesting energy. You also have the return card, number 17. And that makes me think that, you know, for some of you, moving to this place is going to be like a return for you. So maybe you lived in this place in the past and you're now returning to it. For some of you, this could be like the place where you grew up as a child, or it could just be somewhere that you've lived before, and you moved away from, but you're now returning to it. But I definitely see this door opening here for you, and you walking through this door and sort of returning to this place. And I feel like this place brings a lot of comfort to you, a lot of homey feeling and love, because we have this puppy dog here. And, you know, puppies represent loyalty and love and comfort. And so I feel like this place is just very comforting and very homey for you. So really beautiful, pile 2. You also have number 25 with a blessing to find the truth. Interesting. So I'm seeing on this card this bird here, and it looks almost like a seabird, you know, like a heron or something like that. And, you know, we also have this blue. So I feel like for some of you, this may be a place that has water. So it could be a place that has beaches or lakes or rivers. You know, and the two that come to mind are like Florida and California. The two places that I'm seeing in my mind here. So maybe for some of you, you know, you'll be moving to Florida or California, but that's just for a few of you here. But I definitely get the idea of there being water nearby. And I also feel like, again, it's a place where there's a lot of wildlife, there's beautiful birds, there's beautiful flowers, trees, water, you know, that type of area. And again, very sunny, very warm climate. So interesting energy. So finally, you have number 42 with Tree of Souls, and it says collective wisdom, kinship group, library. Interesting. So again, on this card, we see this field here with these trees. So I definitely see this place being very green, very full of vegetation, and beautiful, you know, beautiful to look at, beautiful to be in. Very serene, very comforting. And I feel like you guys are going to find your soul group here. You know, the people that you really resonate with, people that you feel are part of your soul group, your kinship group. And, you know, for some of you, this could be a place where you have family, you know, blood relatives that live there. Maybe it's your parents, maybe it's your children, maybe it's, you know, aunts and uncles, whatever it may be. But I feel like for a few of you, this could be a place where you actually have family or kin there. So really interesting energy, pile 2. So let's take a look at your tarot now to see if we can get some more info here. So you have the 5 of Pentacles card. And it's interesting because we see this person sort of walking away from this girl here, and they're walking towards this building. So again, I get this idea of letting go of the old and sort of walking towards the new. So I really feel like you guys are going to be walking away from a place that you've lived for maybe many years and moving to this new place that's just full of, again, greenery and trees and a lot of beauty and a lot of sunlight and, just harmony and joy. So really interesting. You also have the Hierophant card here. And on this card, we see three people here, and one is meditating, the other is praying, and the other is, I guess, in prayer again as well. And we also have these, rosary beads here. So I definitely get the feeling that this place that you're moving to is a very spiritual place, a place where, people maybe meditate a lot or are very spiritual, very church going, or, maybe they have their own prayer sessions. But I definitely get the feeling that it's a very spiritual place, and people really take the time to practice their spirituality and connect with their higher power. And I think it's going to be a very calming, very serene place for you. So really beautiful. You also have the Three of Swords here. And it's interesting because on the card, we have someone writing something here. We have a piano. So I feel like this place is also very artsy. I feel like it's very creative. I feel like people there, maybe they're musicians, or maybe they're writers or artists. There's a lot of creativity in this specific area. And I feel like you guys are going to love that. I feel like you're just going to sort of absorb all the culture and all the creativity and just love being in that environment. I think it's going to be very inspiring for you guys and very beautiful. So really interesting. You also have the Four of Cups here. And it's interesting because again, we have this painting going on here. So I feel like for, a lot of you, this place again is a very inspirational place. I feel like people there, have different hobbies and different crafts that they do. And, there's maybe a lot of artists living there, a lot of musicians. And I feel like it's really gonna heal your soul, pile two. It's gonna be a very healing place and very inspirational. And you're just gonna love being around all of these creative people. So really, really beautiful. So I'm just going to get a few charms here to wrap up your reading. I'll try to get some more info here. Okay, so you received the butterfly here. And butterflies are all about changes and transformation and sort of spreading your wings. So I see you guys feeling very free in this place, very good, very, free, like I said. And I see it being, a big change for you, a big transformation. You also received this angel here. And, I feel like this move is also being guided by spirit, by a higher power. I feel like they have your back in this move, and they really want what's best for you. They really want you to be in this place that, like I said before, is sort of your dream place. And they want you to find that, pile two. You also have the peace sign here. Beautiful. So yeah, I feel like this place is very peaceful and very serene. And like I said before, I feel like you guys are gonna feel very good there. And it's, very spiritual and artistic, creative. So beautiful. And then you also have this cat here. And cats represent sort of independence, having the freedom to be who you are and do what you want. So I really see you guys having that freedom and that independence in this new place. And I feel like, again, it's just going to be a place that you've always dreamed of living or always dreamed of returning to. And I think you guys are really going to love it, pile 2. So I feel like that's all I have for you guys today, pile 2. I hope you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please like and subscribe to my channel. It really does help my channel grow. And it's a great way for us to exchange some positive energy here today. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye. Hi, pile 3. So you guys chose the green Aventurine here. And I'm going to start by looking at your oracle here. So you received the animal card here. Beautiful. So I'm getting the message from this card here, pile 3, that the place you're moving to next may have a lot of animals nearby. I'm getting the idea from this card that there may be a lot of greenery or forest-like vegetation around, someplace, with a lot of wildlife, a lot of animals. And, I feel like with this eye being here, it reminds me of like a wolf or maybe a coyote or something like that. So maybe there's wolves or coyotes in this place, but I definitely see it being full of greenery, full of vegetation, and full of wildlife. So maybe some type of forest or, very rural area. I'm thinking of like the Midwest here, maybe Montana, Wisconsin, some place like that is coming to mind. So really interesting. You also have number 15 with One Ring Circus. Interesting. So again, I'm getting the idea of animals here because we have this person riding this elephant here. So for some of you, you could even be moving to a place like Africa, where there's elephants and a lot of animals. So maybe some type of like jungle environment or exotic place for a few of you. But I'm also getting the idea of water here and the ocean. So I feel like for some of you, this place could be a place with water. So this could be Florida, this could be California, this could be Africa, this could be somewhere, even I get the idea of like Hawaii, or somewhere even overseas, maybe somewhere exotic overseas. So it's going to differ for everybody, but I'm getting the idea of water here, and I'm also getting the idea of mountains because we have this mountain here or this rock. So, for a few of you, I feel like maybe this is a mountainous area. So maybe Colorado, Utah, um, Arizona. Um, but whatever the place is, I definitely get the idea that it's a very fun place. It's a very happy place, because we have the One Ring Circus here, which is all about having fun and sort of enjoying ourselves. And I feel like this place is very just enjoyable. I feel like there's a lot to do there, a lot to see, and I think you're really going to like it, pile 3. So really interesting. You also have number 27 with Underworld. And again, from this card, I'm getting the idea of water here, because we see this sort of water hole. And also, the word underworld reminds me of like being under the sea, being under. So I feel like for some of you, this is an area with water, so again, Florida, California, those types of places where there's large bodies of water. But I also get the idea that, this place is spiritual in nature too. There's a lot of serenity here. There's a lot of peace. And there's a lot of spiritual people in this area. So really interesting. You also have thrift shop magic here. Cute card. So yeah, I feel like this place that you're moving to, pile 3, may have a lot of thrift shops. That may be something that people like to do on the weekends, is go thrifting. I feel like thrifting brings happiness to a lot of people in this area. But I also feel like this area is very magical and very colorful. I feel like there's this, and we sort of start before with this Underworld card. There's this spirituality about this place, this magic. Maybe people in this area are very into esoteric spirituality, maybe reading tarot, or studying mysticism, or, I get that feeling that this place is very magical, and people there are very spiritual, but in an esoteric way, maybe not in the traditional sense, but they're into like the occult or, esoteric studies. I get that idea here from this card. And, I feel like it's a very eclectic place, a very colorful place. And there's like a lot of different types of people there. And it's very colorful. It's very vibrant and beautiful. Is sort of the energy I get here. So really interesting. You also have number 28, Mountain Goddess. And it says high vibration, mindfulness, power of the mind. Yeah, so interesting card, because again, we have mountain here. So for some of you, I feel like this place might be near a mountain or on a mountain. It could be like Colorado, Utah, Arizona, California, someplace like that. But I also get, this idea of high vibration again. So I feel like this is a very spiritual, high vibe place. I feel like people there are into like mysticism and psychic work and tarot and all of those different things people are very into in this place. And I feel like also, this place is, like I said, very serene and very calming. And it's going to allow you to sort of practice mindfulness and practice being in the moment. And it's going to be just a very healing spiritual place for you, pile 3. So really beautiful. You also have number 31 with a blessing of forgiveness. Interesting energy. So yeah, again, from this card, I'm seeing animals here. We have this owl. So I feel like, you know, again, this place is going to be full of wildlife, full of different kinds of animals. And I also feel like a lot of greenery around here because we see this woman and she's sort of in this forest here. So I think this place has a lot of trees, a lot of animals, a lot of greenery. And, you know, I feel like you're just going to be in touch with your inner spirituality in this place, and your connection with spirit is going to really improve and be magnified here. So really interesting. So let's take a look at your tarot now to see if we can get more info here. So you have the Wheel of Fortune card. Interesting. So again, we have this big sun here. So I feel like this place is a warm place. I feel like it's a place that gets a lot of sun. But I'm also getting the idea of this place being meant for you, this place being destined for you, pile 3. And, you know, for some of you, it may even be like a full circle moment. So it may be a place that, excuse me, you've always wanted to live in, or a place that you lived in the past that you're returning to. It's going to differ for everybody, but I get this idea of the wheel turning here and you sort of making this move or this change, and that this change is destined. This move is destined for you. So really interesting. You also have the King of Cups here. And the cups represent water energy, pile 3. So for some of you, I feel like this place is definitely by water. So, you know, a sea, an ocean, a lake, a river, some type of water is coming through here for some of you. And, you know, I feel like this is a place where, again, there's a lot of wildlife because we have birds. And I feel like this place is going to be very healing for you guys, very calming, very serene. And you're going to be much more in touch with your spiritual side, you know, your connection with spirit, and maybe your practice of whatever you believe in, you know, whether that's mysticism or tarot or, you know, your higher power, whatever it is. I feel like you're going to be very, very in touch with that in this place. So really interesting. You also have the King of Wands here. Wow, a lot of court cards. And the King of Wands is all about being passionate about something and going after something. And, you know, with the wands being here, I feel like this is a warm place, a place that gets a lot of sun, like we saw before. You know, a place where there's a lot of heat and warmth, you know. So again, this could be like Colorado or California or Florida, you know, someplace like that that's warm and, you know, maybe by mountains or by water. It's sort of the energy that I'm getting here. So really interesting. Finally, you have the World card here. Beautiful energy. So with this card, again, I'm seeing a lot of blue here. So that reminds me of water energy again. So lakes, oceans, rivers. This place may be surrounded by water. But I also get the idea that you're going to feel very complete in this place, pile 3. I'm just going to cover this here. Hold on one second. I feel like you're going to feel very complete in this place. I feel like you're going to feel like this is your perfect place. This is your ideal location to live in. And it's going to bring you a lot of success, a lot of happiness, and a feeling of completion is really what I'm getting here. So beautiful energy, pile 3. So I'm just going to grab a few charms here to see if we can get some more info. Okay, so you received these hearts here. Beautiful. And it's interesting because we have 2 hearts that are connected. So I feel like this is saying that you guys are going to just fall in love with this place, pile 3. You're really going to feel connected to it, and you're really going to love being there. And for some of you, you know, this could be a move with another person. You know, maybe this is a partner, maybe this is a family member. But I get the idea of like 2 hearts moving together in this move here. You know, so maybe this is your romantic partner, or, you know, a best friend or something like that here. Sort of the energy I get. You also have this star here. Beautiful. So, you know, with this, I get the idea that during the nighttime in this place, I feel like people do a lot of stargazing. There may be like very clear skies that you're able to see the stars at. You know, because we also saw it here on this card, a lot of stars in the sky, and actually on this card too. So I feel like the nights are just beautiful in this place. And, you know, the skies are just clear and you can just see all of the stars and galaxies. And I feel like it's just a beautiful sight, pile 3. You also have this horse here, which makes me think of not only wildlife, and horses might be there, but it also makes me think of freedom. So I feel like you guys are going to feel very free there, very free-spirited, and just able to express yourselves and really enjoy yourselves is the energy I get. And finally, you have this little cat here. And cats represent independence. So I feel like you're going to feel, again, very independent in this place, very free, and able to roam and explore and just enjoy yourself, pile 3. So really, really beautiful energy here. So I feel like that's all I have for you guys today, pile 3. I hope you liked the reading. If you did, please like and subscribe to the channel. It really does help my channel grow. And it's a great way for us to exchange some positive energy here today. Otherwise, I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you next time. Bye.